Listen carefully to this story, for it is one that many young women need to hear. In the busy city of Abuja, where money flows like rivers and everyone wants to be seen, there lived a beautiful young woman named Chioma. She was not just beautiful in face but talented in her hands. Chioma was a fashion designer whose name traveled from street to street like sweet perfume. Her boutique stood in Wu's district, painted cream and gold, a small kingdom where she created magic with fabric and thread. Young girls saved her pictures on their phones. Mothers pointed at her, telling their daughters, "Work hard like Chioma. Be independent like Chioma." Her Instagram page had thousands of followers. Every dress she designed sold before the needle finished its last stitch. But Chioma's parents, Chief and Mrs. Okafor, though proud, carried worry deep in their hearts. Her father would say, "This Abuja will swallow you if you're not careful. Don't let their praise blind you." Her mother would add quietly, "Success is good, but wisdom is better. Remember who you are." Chioma would laugh and kiss their worried faces. She believed she was too smart to fall into any trap. How terribly wrong she was. The night everything changed began like a celebration. Fashion Week had arrived in Abuja, bringing designers, models, and wealthy buyers under one massive hotel roof. The ballroom sparkled with crystal chandeliers. Music floated through the air like invisible silk. Waiters in crisp white shirts carried trays of champagne and small fancy foods that rich people eat. Chioma wore a dress she designed herself, midnight blue, fitted perfectly to show the work of her hands. Cameras flashed around her. Men turned their heads. Women whispered compliments mixed with jealousy. She felt powerful, beautiful, completely unaware that across the crowded room, someone was watching her with hungry eyes. His name was Tobi. Tall, handsome, wearing a suit that probably cost more than some people earn in 3 months. His shoes shone like black mirrors. His watch caught light each time he moved his wrist. But what drew attention most was his confidence, the way he stood as if the whole room belonged to him. When their eyes met across the space filled with music and laughter, something shifted. He smiled. She smiled back. And just like that, the trap began to close, though she didn't know it yet. Tobi walked toward her with the ease of a man who never heard the word no. "Chioma, right?" His voice was smooth, deep, the kind that makes you lean closer. "I've been following your work. You're incredibly talented." She was used to compliments, but somehow this felt different. They talked for what felt like minutes but was actually hours. He knew about fashion, about business, about her dreams of expanding. He listened like every word she spoke was made of gold. When she mentioned wanting a bigger space, his eyes lit up. "I can help with that. I know people." The party ended too soon. By the time Chioma reached her car, her phone buzzed. A message from Tobi, "Meeting you tonight," felt like destiny. She read it 3 times before driving home. That night, lying in bed, she couldn't stop smiling. She didn't notice the word he chose. Not luck. Not chance. Destiny. As if he had planned their meeting, not stumbled into it. The next morning, a delivery man walked inside the boutique holding roses, so many red roses they barely fit through the door. The card read, "For the woman who creates beauty." The gifts kept coming like a flood that wouldn't stop. The next day, a small box arrived containing gold earrings shaped like tiny scissors, a perfect gift for a designer. The day after, men in work clothes appeared at her boutique saying someone hired them to renovate her office. "Already paid for, madam," they explained. Chioma's mother called that evening. "Kai, your father heard a man is sending expensive gifts." "Who is this person?" "His name is Tobi, Mama. I met him at Fashion Week. He's just being generous." Her mother's voice hardened like stone. "Generous? Men don't spend that kind of money for nothing, Kai, they spend it to buy something. Be very careful." But Chioma felt special, chosen. In a city full of beautiful, successful women, Tobi picked her. Her best friend Nene visited the boutique that afternoon. She stared at the workers painting walls, installing new lights, replacing furniture. Kai, this is too much. You barely know him. He's just being nice. Nice. Nene's voice dropped to a whisper. Or controlling? Men who move this fast are hiding something. But Chioma didn't want to hear warnings. The attention felt too sweet, too much like the love she'd dreamed about. 2 weeks became a pattern. Tobi started appearing at her boutique unannounced, always smiling, always carrying lunch or coffee. I was nearby, he'd say, though his office was far across town. At first, Chioma found it romantic. He would sit watching her work, asking questions, remembering small details she mentioned days before. But slowly, small things began to feel strange. When male customers came to order suits or discuss designs, Tobi's smile would tighten at the corners. His questions turned sharp. Who was that man? Why did he stay so long? Did he ask for your number? Chioma laughed it off. He's a customer, Tobi. This is business. One afternoon, her phone rang while they were having lunch. Nene's name flashed on the screen. Chioma reached for it, but Tobi's hand covered hers gently but firmly. Let it ring, he said softly. I'm here with you now. Why does Nene always call exactly when you're with me? Something cold touched Chioma's spine, a feeling like standing near a deep hole. But she pushed it away. He just wants my attention, she told herself. That's what people in love do. That's normal. Right? That night, she called Nene back, feeling guilty for missing the call. Why didn't you answer? Nene's voice carried worry. I was with Tobi. We were having lunch. Silence stretched between them like a rope pulled tight. Then Nene spoke carefully, choosing words like stepping on stones across a river. Kai, I asked some people about him. They say he's intense. Very controlling with women he dates. People gossip about successful men, Chioma defended quickly. They're probably jealous. Maybe, Nene said quietly. But please, just be careful. Something feels wrong about this whole thing. 3 months passed like water through fingers. Tobi wanted to meet Chioma's parents officially. They arranged dinner at the family home. Her father, Chief Okafor, was the kind of man who watches more than he speaks, who sees what others miss. Her mother cooked jollof rice that filled the house with rich smell, fried plantain golden and sweet, chicken seasoned just right. Tobi arrived early carrying expensive wine and gifts wrapped in shiny paper. He greeted Chief Okafor with proper respect, made Mrs. Okafor laugh with gentle jokes, praised the food like a man raised well. He seemed perfect. But during dinner, when Chief Okafor mentioned how proud he was that Chioma built her business alone, independent and strong, something flickered across Tobi's face. For half a second, his smile froze. His jaw tightened. Only Chioma noticed. Later that night, as Tobi drove Chioma home through Abuja's bright streets, he spoke quietly. I like your father. Good man. But he talks too much about you being independent. Chioma turned to look at him, confused. What do you mean? Nothing bad, Tobi said quickly, reaching over to squeeze her hand. Just, you know, when we get married, we'll be a team. Not you independent, me independent. One unit. One body. The word married hung in the air between them like smoke. They'd only been dating for months. But Chioma said nothing. Maybe she was overthinking. Maybe this was normal. 2 months later, at an expensive rooftop restaurant overlooking the city lights, Tobi got down on one knee. The diamond ring was huge, blinding under the soft golden lights. People at nearby tables stopped eating to watch. Someone started recording on their phone. Chioma, you're everything I've dreamed of. Be my wife. She said yes. The restaurant erupted in applause like thunder. Strangers came to their table offering congratulations. The video spread on Instagram within an hour. Everyone called it a fairy tale, a perfect love story. That night, wearing the heavy ring that pulled at her finger, Chioma called Nene. "I'm engaged," she whispered into the phone. Nene's response came slowly, carefully. "Are you happy or just excited? What's the difference?" Happy comes from inside, from peace. Excited comes from outside, from noise and attention. Then Nene added softly, "Just remember, Kai, you can still say no. Anytime. Even at the altar, you can still walk away." But the wedding planning had already begun like a train leaving the station. The engagement party filled a hotel ballroom with 200 guests. A live band played. Champagne flowed like water. Chioma wore white lace, her hair swept up in an elegant style, makeup painted perfectly on her face. She smiled for every camera, but something heavy sat in her chest like a stone. That night, after all the guests left and music stopped, Tobi and Chioma stood alone on the hotel balcony. Cool night air touched their faces. He pulled her close, his arms wrapping around her waist, tight, almost too tight. He leaned down and whispered in her ear, his voice different, deeper, certain. "Now you're truly mine." A chill ran through Chioma's body like ice water. But when she pulled back to see his face, he was smiling sweetly, lovingly. She convinced herself she misheard. Wedding preparations swallowed the next 3 months whole. Tobi had opinions about everything. The flowers she chose were too bright. The venue she liked was too small. The guest list, when Chioma wanted to invite old school friends, he said, "We need important people there, Kai, not your secondary school mates who can't afford decent clothes." When she tried to argue, he would sigh deeply and say, "I'm just trying to make our day perfect. Why are you fighting me on this?" Slowly, like sand slipping through fingers, Chioma stopped arguing. It was easier than the fights. Nene noticed Chioma missing their weekly hangouts, the Friday evenings they used to spend together talking and laughing. She called one evening. "Kai, when was the last time we actually saw each other?" "I've been busy with wedding planning, Nene. You know how it is." "No, I don't know how it is." Because normal wedding planning doesn't make a bride disappear from her best friend's life. Nene's voice cracked slightly. "Every time we make plans, you cancel. Always because Tobi has something else scheduled. Don't be dramatic." "I'm not being dramatic." "Answer this, when did we last spend time together without Tobi calling or texting every 5 minutes?" Chioma opened her mouth to answer but realized she couldn't remember. That evening, Nene tried calling 3 times. Chioma was having dinner with Tobi at an expensive restaurant with soft music and dim lighting. Each time the phone buzzed, Tobi's face tightened. Finally, he spoke, his voice calm but with an edge like a hidden blade. "Why does she keep calling? Doesn't she know you're with me? Doesn't she respect our time together? Maybe it's important." Then she would send a text message. He reached across the white tablecloth and gently took her phone, placing it face down beside his own. "Let's just enjoy our evening without distractions." Later, when Chioma finally called back, Nene's voice was thick with hurt. "I've been trying to reach you for hours, Kai. My father is in the hospital. He had a stroke. I needed you." Guilt crashed over Chioma like a wave, drowning her. The next morning, Chioma tried to unlock her phone and found the password changed. Confused, heart beating fast, she called Tobi. "Did you change my phone password?" He laughed, a sound that should have been warm but felt cold. "Oh, that? Yeah, I set it to our anniversary date. For security. You're always leaving your phone around." "But it's my phone, Tobi." His voice shifted, turning cool as metal. "Are you hiding something from me?" "No, I'm not hiding anything. I just don't understand why you changed my password without asking. We're getting married, Kai. What's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. That's how marriage works. Or are you keeping secrets from your future husband?" The question felt like a trap. If she pushed back, she would seem guilty. so she swallowed her anger like bitter medicine. No secrets, she said quietly. He gave her the new password and she told herself it was fine. Couples share everything. This is normal. But that afternoon, meeting Nene at a small quiet cafe, Chioma looked exhausted. Dark circles shadowed her eyes. Her smile came slower. You look tired, Nene observed, studying her friend's face. Wedding stress. So much planning. Nene leaned forward across the small table. Kai, tell me the truth. Are you really okay? Because you don't look happy. You look scared. For one moment, Chioma wanted to break down completely, to tell her best friend everything felt wrong, that she felt herself disappearing piece by piece. But shame stopped her throat. Everyone thought her life was perfect. How could she admit it wasn't? I'm fine, she lied, the words tasting like ash. Nene didn't believe her, but she couldn't force truth from someone determined to hide it. One evening, Chioma gathered courage and confronted Tobi. She'd noticed he knew details from her private conversations with Nene, things she never told him. Did you read my messages? Tobi looked up from his laptop, his face perfectly confused. What? No. Why would I do that? Then how did you know Nene was planning to travel next month? I never mentioned it to you. He smiled, shaking his head like she was a confused child. You told me yesterday at dinner. Don't you remember? We were eating and you said Nene might visit her aunt in Port Harcourt. Chioma tried to remember. Had she said that? Her memory felt foggy, uncertain, like trying to see through dirty water. Tobi stood and wrapped his arms around her. Baby, you're stressed. All this wedding planning is making you paranoid. I would never invade your privacy. You know I respect you. That night, Chioma lay awake staring at the ceiling, replaying every word, every conversation. Had she told him? Was she going crazy? The doubt planted itself in her mind like a seed, growing roots that spread and twisted. 2 weeks before the wedding, Tobi suggested installing security cameras in their new apartment. Abuja isn't safe anymore. Armed robbers everywhere. I want to protect us, protect our home. The cameras went up quickly. Living room, kitchen, even near the bedroom door. When Chioma asked why so many cameras, Tobi said patiently, better safe than sorry, my love. Would you rather wait until something bad happens? But the cameras weren't the only eyes watching her. Tobi had installed a tracking app on her phone, hidden inside what looked like a normal software update. He could see everywhere she went, every turn she took, every stop she made. One afternoon, sitting in traffic under the hot Abuja sun, Chioma's phone rang. Tobi's voice came through sharp and suspicious. Why are you turning left? Your boutique is on the right side. Chioma's hands froze on the steering wheel. Her heart started pounding. How do you know where I am? The safety app one installed, remember? So I always know you're okay. Why are you going the wrong way? There's traffic on the usual route. I'm taking a shortcut. Oh. His voice softened. Okay. Just be careful. After the call ended, Chioma pulled over to the side of the road. Her hands were shaking. This wasn't protection. This was surveillance. She tried to find the tracking app to uninstall it, but it was hidden deep in her phone system, protected by a password she didn't have. She sat there for 10 minutes, feeling the walls closing in around her, invisible but real. The following week, Tobi took Chioma to dinner with his business partners. Important men, wealthy, powerful, the kind who speak and expect the world to listen. Chioma had prepared carefully for this dinner. She wanted to pitch her fashion designs, hoping to gain new clients who could help expand her boutique. But each time she opened her mouth to speak about her work, Tobi interrupted smoothly, redirecting the conversation, answering questions meant for her. After the third time, she fell silent, feeling small and invisible at her own dinner. In the car driving home, she finally exploded. Why did you keep cutting me off? I had important things to say to those men. Tobi's face hardened like stone. You were embarrassing us. How? I was talking about my business. You sounded desperate, Kai, like you were begging for scraps. These men respect me. I can't have my wife looking weak and hungry in front of them. I wasn't begging. I was networking, introducing my brand. Well, it came across wrong. He reached over and squeezed her hand, not gently, hard enough to hurt slightly. I'm trying to help you understand how to move in these circles. Why do you always fight me when I'm trying to teach you? Chioma pulled her hand away, tears burning hot behind her eyes but refusing to fall. When they reached her apartment, she went straight to the bathroom. She stood before the mirror, staring at her own reflection, searching for the confident woman who used to live inside her skin. But the person looking back had tired eyes, slumped shoulders, and a smile that had forgotten how to be real. That night, her mother called. The phone rang and rang, her mother's picture flashing on the screen. But Chioma couldn't bring herself to answer. If she spoke, she would cry. And if she cried, Mama would ask questions. Questions Chioma had no answers for. Questions that would force her to admit the truth she was hiding from herself. The ringing stopped. A text message appeared, "Call me back, Kai, I'm worried about you." Chioma turned off her phone and cried into her pillow, quiet sobs that shook her whole body. 2 days later, after another fight about something small that felt big, Tobi appeared at her door holding yellow roses, her favorite flowers. His eyes were soft, apologetic, the charming man she first met returning like a ghost. "I'm sorry, baby. Work has been stressing me. I shouldn't have taken it out on you. Forgive me." Chioma wanted to stay angry, to hold on to her hurt like a shield. But exhaustion had made her weak. She let him inside. He pulled her close, wrapping her in his arms. "You know I only want the best for us, right? When I correct you, it's because I see your potential. I see how amazing you can be. I want you to shine, not embarrass yourself." His words sounded loving, caring, protective. But they felt like chains wrapping slowly around her body, tightening with each breath. Still, Chioma nodded against his chest. He stayed the night. She lay beside him in the dark, wide awake, listening to him breathe, wondering when love started feeling like drowning. The wedding was now 1 week away. Invitations had been sent to 500 guests. The cake was ordered, tall and white and expensive. Her wedding dress hung in the closet like a beautiful ghost waiting. Chioma's parents arrived from their village to help with final preparations. Her mother took one look at her daughter's face and knew something was terribly wrong. "Kai, come. Sit with me." They sat in Chioma's small kitchen, afternoon sunlight streaming through the window, dust particles floating in the light like tiny stars. Her mother held both her hands tightly. "My daughter, are you happy?" Chioma tried to smile but her face wouldn't cooperate. "Of course, Mama. I'm getting married." Her mother's eyes, wise and old, searched Chioma's face like reading a book. "Getting married and being happy are not the same thing, my child. Marriage is not a prize to win or a show to perform. If something in your spirit is saying no, listen to it. It's easier to cancel a wedding than to escape a bad marriage. Much easier." For 1 second, one brief moment, Chioma almost broke. Almost told her mother everything. The control, the tracking, the isolation, the way she felt pieces of herself disappearing like smoke. But shame grabbed her throat. Pride locked her jaw. Everyone was coming. The venue was paid for. What would people say if she cancelled now? The gossip would destroy her reputation. "I'm fine, Mama. Just nervous." Normal bride nerves. Her mother didn't believe her, but she couldn't force confession from a daughter whose mouth stayed closed. The wedding day arrived with clear sky and bright sun. The venue was a luxury hotel in Maitama, Abuja's wealthiest area. Decorations covered every surface, gold and cream, flowers and silk. 500 guests filled the enormous hall. Live band musicians set up their instruments. Photographers moved through the crowd like shadows, cameras clicking, capturing every moment for social media and memory. Chioma stood in the bridal suite surrounded by makeup artists and bridesmaids in matching dresses. Her wedding gown was custom-made, white lace with tiny pearls sewn by patient hands. She looked like a princess from storybooks. But inside her chest, her heart felt like a bird trapped in a cage. Nene stood beside her, adjusting the long white veil. Their eyes met in the full-length mirror. "Are you absolutely sure about this?" Nene whispered so quietly only Chioma could hear. Before Chioma could answer, the wedding coordinator burst through the door, all energy and clipboard. "It's time! Everyone to positions!" The ceremony was perfect like a photograph. Tobi stood at the altar wearing a black tuxedo, looking like every woman's dream, handsome and successful and confident. When Chioma walked down the aisle on her father's arm, cameras flashed like lightning storms. The pastor spoke about love and commitment, about two becoming one. They exchanged rings and vows. Tobi's voice was strong, certain, powerful. Chioma's voice shook slightly, but only Nene, standing as maid of honor, noticed. When the pastor said, "You may kiss your bride," Tobi pulled Chioma close roughly. The kiss was long, possessive, claiming. The crowd erupted in applause and cheering. Music played loud and joyful. People danced. It was the wedding everyone would talk about for months, the kind that makes others jealous. But during the photo session, while photographers arranged them for pictures, Tobi gripped Chioma's waist so tightly his fingers dug into her ribs through the thick dress. He leaned close, his mouth near her ear, and whispered 4 words that froze her blood, "Now I own you completely." The reception lasted until midnight. Mountains of food, flowing drinks, dancing that made the floor shake. Chioma smiled until her face muscles ached. She danced until her feet bled inside her expensive shoes. She played the role of happy bride perfectly, while inside something was screaming. Finally, exhausted and afraid, they left for their hotel suite. The presidential suite on the top floor, overlooking Abuja's city lights like fallen stars. Hotel staff had decorated the room with roses and candles. Champagne waited in an ice bucket. It should have been romantic, the beginning of forever. Instead, it felt like the end of something. Tobi closed the door behind them. The sound of the lock clicking echoed in the quiet room like a gunshot. He loosened his tie slowly, his back to her, his shoulders tense. "Tobi?" Chioma's voice came out small, childlike. He turned slowly. His face had changed completely. The charming smile had vanished like it never existed. His eyes were cold, hard, calculating. This was the real Tobi, the one hidden behind the mask. "Sit down," he said quietly. "What's wrong?" "I said sit down." His voice didn't rise, but something in it made her legs move. She sat on the edge of the bed, her wedding dress spreading around her like a white cloud, her hands shaking in her lap. Tobi stood over her, looking down, his face unreadable in the dim light from the candles. "You think you're special, don't you? Walking around Abuja like a queen. Everyone praising you, wanting you, envying you. Tobi, what are you talking about? What's happening?" He laughed, but the sound held no joy, only something dark and bitter. "I spent 6 months planning this. 6 months watching you, studying you, learning everything about you. 6 months buying you, piece by piece. Fixing your shop. Sending gifts. Making everyone think we're the perfect couple. And you know why I did all of it?" Chioma shook her head, tears starting to fall down her carefully made-up face, ruining the makeup that took hours to apply. "Because I needed everyone to see me win. You were the prize, Kai, the girl everyone wanted, the successful one, the beautiful one, the independent one your father kept bragging about. And I got you. I won." The words hit her like physical blows. She stood quickly, tried to move toward the door, but he moved faster, blocking her path with his body. Where do you think you're going? We just got married. This is our wedding night. Now you'll learn how real marriage works. Now you'll learn what it means to belong to me. What happened in that hotel room during those dark hours, the world would never fully know. By morning, when the sun rose over Abuja like nothing terrible had happened, the presidential suite was silent as a grave. The candles had burned down to nothing. The champagne sat untouched, its bubbles gone flat. Rose petals lay scattered on the floor like drops of blood. And Chioma was gone. Her wedding dress lay crumpled in the corner like a broken promise. Her shoe sat neatly by the door as if she'd just stepped out for a moment. Her phone was on the bedside table, turned off, lifeless. Her wedding ring sat beside it, abandoned. But Chioma herself had vanished like smoke, like a dream, like she never existed at all. We would never know. Maybe Chioma is alive. Maybe not. But whether she's alive or dead, her story exposes a truth that needs to be told. That women are erased, every single day, by men who claim to love them. That our society protects powerful men over vulnerable women. That sometimes the most dangerous place for a woman is inside her own home, beside the man she married. Chioma is real. She can be you. She can be me. She can be a sister or a friend. And somewhere right now, another woman is being isolated, controlled, slowly erased. And we must not look away. We must not stay silent. That sometimes the people we love the most are the ones who slowly kill us. Love should never feel like disappearing. And in the end, her silence became the loudest scream of all. Every story leaves a scar, and every scar tells a truth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stories that move hearts, open eyes, and remind us what it means to be human.